Hello, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So what we're going to be, or webinar, not a video, what we're going to be covering today is a breakdown for gold, GJ, and silver. Even though I'm not going to be trading tonight until tomorrow London session, because tomorrow being Monday is President's Day. So I'm not going to be trading. I don't recommend to trade either during the holiday. But anyways, just wanted to come on and provide a breakdown for you guys, answer some questions. So let's start off with GJ. So when it comes to GJ, right, I want to take a look at the monthly time frame to see where we possibly could be headed towards over the next few days, since monthly is about to close. This is only the last week in the month. So when it comes to the monthly, what we could automatically detect here is that over here, we have all of the monthly highest closes, and I'm going to mark this off in red. Notice that month after month after month, prices actually failed to break above this area, but now it seems to be like price definitely could. So if this monthly candle were to actually close above these monthly highs, in the following month, what we can expect is a retest to this area. Let's say the monthly candle closes up here. The next month, we can expect a retest to this area down here, and then look for price to actually continue to go higher. Now, if we break things down into a lower time frame, such as the weekly time frame, what we could see is sellers actually slowly start to lose steam. Although there was some consolidation for the last few days around here, notice how on this weekly candlestick, price actually ended up closing above that monthly or those monthly closes, which is a sign that price could continue to actually trade higher. Also notice the lows on the previous weeks. We have price forming higher lows week after week after week. Slowly, price is also forming higher highs until price made this lower high point here. But as of right now, these higher lows are actually being maintained. So GJ is at a point in time where I don't think I'd be interested in selling unless price starts to break under this, the last week's low, which is roughly 155, let's say 500, let's call it, right? So now what I'm going to do is break it down to a lower time frame. We pay attention to the daily time frame. What we see all throughout this range over here on the monthly closes, again, is support. Notice how many times price has been bouncing off support. So we definitely could expect price to go long back into 157.500, just because price is continuing to reject this area of support. Look at the 4-hour time frame here as well. We have multiple rejections of support. So we could expect price to come up to 157.500, which is roughly this area here. So what I'm going to do is go back into the daily, and I'm going to mark off this level of resistance to use as a future target. So I'm going to mark off 157.700 looks to be the most accurate. This is where the highs of GJ actually currently are, and it has the highest probability of actually getting hit as well. Notice how many times prices actually tried to break above this area. So more than not likely, if we see price reject 156, what is this, 156.100, then we should see price go straight into 157.740, which is a pretty big move. This is on the daily time frame. It's about an 120 pip move, and again, that's if price does reject and maintain above this 156.100 level. So I'd like to wait and see how that actually forms. Right, then we have this double bottom going on here on this hour time frame. So in terms of taking a position, I'm not going to be looking to take a position, but I'm just giving you my price point projections, just because, again, I'm not going to be trading tonight or tomorrow New York session. I'll be trading tomorrow London session. Then I would like to see what price looks like then and there. Gold is a little bit different. If we take a look at gold, let's actually go to the monthly time frame, right? Gold on the monthly time frame clearly had came all the way back up into this 1900 area, where we've seen sellers come into the market in the past. So there could be some selling pressure within this area, but this is a very strong monthly candlestick. So we could probably expect price to actually go bullish on the next month. Now that price is no longer trading around these lows, what I'm going to start doing is getting rid and clearing my chart up a little bit, right? And I'm actually only going to focus on a few price points here. So what I'm going to focus on here is 1870, this 1870 level. We're also going to focus on this 1900 to 1950 zone, which is resistance, right? And I think I'm going to leave it like this for now, because if price breaks under 1870, we could look for price to go to 1830 or potentially even 1850. So what I'll do is I'll add a horizontal line here at 1850, just to always know where I'm at in terms of price action and what levels we're currently trading at. But anyways, now that price had rejected 1900, what I'm going to be expecting for gold to actually do is to come back down into 1870, where we could look for price to form support and then look to buy price back up into this 1900 range. And that's all I'm going to be looking for, all I'm going to be waiting for. I'm not going to be doing anything else. And again, I wouldn't look to take this short because again, it's a holiday tomorrow, so there's no point in even trading. But I want to give you guys my price projections where we could definitely see price pull back into, which would be this 1870 to about 1878 range before price going back into this 1900 zone. Where as you can see, there was a liquidity grab from this area. Now we're starting to see some form of selling pressure. Silver is almost about the same analysis in terms of what I'm going to be looking for. So I'm actually looking to go long on silver, right? So when it comes down into this monthly candlestick, right, notice how many times prices rejected these lows or this level of support down here, and price has actually gone in the complete opposite direction. It's gone 28 after rejecting this 22 level on the monthly. Again, I would like to see the monthly close and how this candlestick actually closes. But one thing you want to keep in mind is this area here, 23.900, you can even call it 24, right, is where price failed on the monthly time frame to close above multiple times. So this is an area that you definitely want to be very cautious on. If you go down to a weekly time frame, you can just see price consolidating around this area. Weekly also losing a little bit of weakness here as well. So at this point in time, what I'd want to see is structure actually maintained to actually look to go long. Realistically, I would like to see price pull back into this level of support over here where we could buy it back up into this 24 zone. And then, we'll see what price looks like then and there, right? So that's what I would like to see with silver, to pull back into this 4-hour level of support and look for price to come back up into this 24 zone. Now, once price actually starts to break under this level of support, obviously we'll see it continue to drop. But the way things are looking like right now, I don't think that's going to happen. There's only a few days left into the month also. So anyways, that was the analysis for gold, silver, and GJ. Let me know if you guys have any questions, anything you'd want me to cover. Anybody have any questions?
Yo, Raul, how you doing, bro? Can you check US 30?
Sure. I mean, looking at US 30 on the weekly time frame, right, what you could see on the weekly is that there is support all the way down here, even all the way down here as well. It looks like price is trying to actually trade towards that level of support, and price keeps getting lower and lower. So here you have a little level of support there on the weekly time frame. You go to the daily time frame, price is actually rejecting this daily level of support here. So let's actually look at the 4-hour time frame. So structure right now, this 4-hour time frame is bearish, right? If we look at market structure, we see lower low, lower high, lower low. So I would like to see a pullback probably into this range over here. Look for some form of a break and retest to take it back down to this daily level of support, or maybe even a steeper pullback into this SMA where you also have this market structure up here, and then look to take price down into this area.
Fire explanation.
Anybody have any other questions? Anything they would like me to cover?
Hey, Raul. Hey, is the signal room gonna trade tonight?
What's up?
The signal room, are they gonna send out signals tonight?
No, not tonight.
All right, cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. Any other questions? Cool. I just want to make sure one more time before I end the webinar, does anybody have any other questions, anything they would like me to go over?
Yo, I'm out right now. I'm getting something to grab. But how do you feel about the fundamental, everything going on with Russia and shit with gold?
I mean, obviously it's going to affect commodities, it's going to affect currency, but we can see everything going on in the chart. And since we're taking, positions, and we're only holding the positions for a few hours, unless like some big news about what's going on over there drops, I don't think it'll, be too much of a difference in our trading.
So no more.
Yeah. Cool.
I
Any
just
questions?
I just seen some news drop since you're talking about it. They just dropped some news that Joe Biden and them and Putin are supposed to be meeting. So maybe that would ease some tensions.
Oh, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Raul,
Well,
what's the lowest time frame that you look for breaker structure in order to like enter that trade?
Probably 30-minute.
30?
I don't really go to the 15 or the 5 anymore. Too much. Maybe out of like 100 trades, I'll do like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, because I'm like trying to see which ones. Obviously, the higher time frame ones are more like of a confirmation, but sometimes it just takes too long, or I'm not looking at the chart when it happens.
Yeah. Anybody else got any other questions? No. All right. So I'm going to end the webinar here. Definitely a way shorter webinar than normal.